Hi First Stone family, welcome back to our channel. This week is a brand new video and we are kicking it off with our first ever Q&A video. We're so glad that you guys have written in some questions and we are so happy and excited to go through these questions with you and answer them to the best of our knowledge. Our First Stone family member has written in and said, does one have to unconditionally love someone who they dislike? So long story short, yes. Let's look into that and dissect that question. It is a lot to unpack there, and let's see what God has to say about that. So we first need to understand what unconditional love is and what it means. So first we see that God's unconditional love is unchanging. It remains the same. It's completely unchanging despite one's actions or decisions. A relationship between a husband and a wife, they vow to love each other unconditionally, but that doesn't mean that they're always going to agree with each other. Doesn't mean that they're not going to have different opinions. And sometimes hurt does occur in a marriage. Sometimes hurt does happen, and in the moment you can dislike your spouse. You can dislike their reaction. You can dislike the way that they're acting in the moment, but you still love them. Now, regarding a friendship, one of your friends can say something that triggered an emotion for you. You can feel dislike for a friend or a coworker, but you can still choose to treat them with love. Being slow to anger, being kind towards them, being patient with them until they apologize, or being patient while they right their wrongs. These are all ways that you can still love someone even when you dislike them. You don't have to love somebody. You're not forced to. Some people associate love with an emotion. If you don't feel in your heart that you love someone, then you wouldn't show them love or treat them with love. Love is an emotion, but it's not just an emotion. It's way beyond that. It's way more than we can ever compare it to in this real world. There's so much more to love. Love is a choice, and it is the way you treat someone, the way you respond. Your actions can show love, even if you dislike that person. Our next question from one of our First Stone family members is regarding our forgiveness video. And they wrote in asking, does someone forgive to heal, or do they forgive to resume a relationship or a friendship? So let's be clear, you do not have to resume a friendship or relationship if it is not healthy or safe for you to do so. Forgiveness offers freedom. Many people have hurt me in my life, and I have chosen to forgive them. But I have also chosen to remove them from my life because that friendship or relationship was not mentally safe for me. So this is a case-by-case basis, and I have forgiven somebody who hurt me really badly, but I forgave them so that I can receive freedom and not be overwhelmed and overcome by all of the pain and the hurtful memories that I was harboring in my heart by not forgiving them. Sometimes forgiveness is for yourself. Sometimes it is for others. For example, sometimes forgiveness is needed to move forward in a valued relationship. Maybe your significant other or your spouse did something that upset you, and in response you had said something that was not honoring or respectful to that person. You both hurt each other. There's this tension between you guys, and forgiveness is needed to humble yourself. Come together on, you guys are not fighting against each other. You guys are on the same side, fighting for each other. Forgiving others allows us to overcome those feelings of anger and bitterness and feelings of revenge, sometimes, if we're being honest with ourselves. Forgiveness can heal spiritual wounds and bring peace and love that only God can give us through forgiveness. Forgiving them in your heart will give you the strength to break free from the pain and hurt and triggers and bitterness that are associated with this person. And you will receive freedom to overcome these emotions. Everyone deserves forgiveness. They really do, because we're human, we're not perfect, we make mistakes. and we need to offer the same grace and forgiveness that we would want, and the grace and forgiveness that God gives us. And our last precious question from our First Stone family member is about respect. What is respect? What does it look like? What does it mean? I don't know, but we're gonna find out together. When I think about respect, I do think about really respecting someone else. There's always someone else involved, your family member, your spouse, your child, a friend, whatever. But you also have to respect yourself as a person. Respect yourself for how far you have come in life and what you have accomplished, what you want to accomplish, and respect that. Respect your past, present, and future self, because God does. Let's look at some scripture and see what God has to say about respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. So we see in Romans 12:10 says, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor or respect. So do better than the normal, or do better than you were yesterday. You should always want to improve who you are. You should always want to grow in who you are and not be stagnant. You were created and born for great things. Another scripture in Titus 2:7 says, show yourself in all respects to be a model of good works, and in your teaching show integrity and dignity. I'm not really sure if this question is asking how do you respect someone that you don't like, or how do you respect someone who doesn't respect you. If someone does do you wrong or does do you dirty, you probably are not going to respect them. But showing them kindness and showing them patience, you are respecting them as well, because you are respecting that they're a human being. They're human just like you. And God created them just like He created you. Show respect for others. The last scripture I will leave with you guys is 1 Peter 2:17-19. It says, honor everyone. Love the brotherhood. Fear God. Honor the emperor. Servants, be subject to your masters with all respect, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the unjust. For this is a gracious thing. When mindful of God, one endures sorrows while suffering unjustly. Honor and respect is gracious. It is a holy thing. Whether you are a believer or not, we are all capable of loving and honoring and respecting people on this earth. We all can work together and make this world a little bit better. Just be that person that you needed when you were going through a hard time. Be that person that you needed when you were suffering in pain. And be that person that you want to be for the people that you love. We love you, First Stone family. Write your comments of your opinions, questions, ideas, suggestions. Like, comment, and share with your friends and family. Adios.